put out a video earlier on today talking about movies or shows I've seen on Netflix, but I thought about this more and realized, ooh, I gotta do a different video about Netflix because there are some things I forgot about. Like in that video, I completely forgot to mention that I've seen Cobra Kai on Netflix before. I really have been enjoying that show a lot. It's done a lot of good for the Karate Kid franchise by making it relevant again. Also, you have Stranger Things. Like I mentioned several of the sci-fi or fantasy shows I've seen on Netflix, like The Witcher, Dark, Russian Doll, Sandman, but I completely forgot about Stranger Things. That's a great show. Also, Criminal Minds, one of the law enforcement procedural shows, akin to SWAT, which I mentioned in the other video, originally was on Netflix. Me and mom were watching it on that streaming service, and then at a certain point, it got moved over to Paramount Plus, so we started watching it on Paramount Plus. Also, I also there's the Marvel Netflix shows, Agents of Shield, and then the street level heroes shows like Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. I actually watched Daredevil and Punisher on Netflix before they moved over to Disney Plus. Ended up watching Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Defenders on Disney Plus. Then when it comes to Agents of Shield, I rewatched all seven seasons of that show on Disney Plus, but originally I actually did watch that show on Netflix. I remember watching season 7 when it came out and really enjoying it. And then, aside from the shows I mentioned in this video, along with the other one, let's see, I think that's about it right there. I will mention that Designated Survivor is a show that I watched with my mom back in New York when we didn't have any streaming services. Now it's on Netflix. I haven't watched that show on Netflix. I watched it back in the day on regular TV. There's individual movies that I've seen on Netflix before. Like one that I think is called Family Man, stars Nicolas Cage, about him going back in time. And then there's a movie called 13 Days Later. Yeah, I've seen that one on Netflix. I ended up watching Kung Fu Panda, the first film, on Netflix. I think that is it right there when it comes to all the stuff I've seen on Netflix. I can't think of anything else. That'll wrap. Well, actually, there's Star Trek Prodigy. When I did my video on Paramount Plus, I mentioned that I watched Star Trek Prodigy on Netflix. Now I want to mention in this video where I'm talking about Netflix, I watched Star Trek Prodigy on Netflix, but that'll actually be it there.